the time for battle is nigh. Rath Sereg proves an opposing stronghold, teeming with orcs, wolves, and even trolls. Knowing that they are outnumbered, the company must devise a plan to take the stronghold, and hopefully live long enough to see a new banner flying above its ramparts.
So when last we left off, you all had made your way across the Lone-Lands of Rhudaur with your host of Dunedain Rangers, Dwarven Warriors, and even Bree Land Militia. Made your way, overcame some trials along the way. However, eventually you did find the fort of Rath Sereg. And you did a little bit of a stealthy scouting mission. You found that the fort itself is teeming with orcs. You see that the walls are lined with goblin archers, just waiting for a target to shoot at. The interior of the fort was full to the brim of orcs fiendishly eating and drinking their grog, and you even heard the sounds of what seemed to be wolves and maybe even a troll. And so, with that, you all have returned to your camp, and you see that Floki stands in front of you, as well as Gwyleth and Banion, more or less awaiting your counsel. You see Floki comes up to you all and says, "Well, what did you see?"
A lot.
Good news and bad news.
All right, well, out with it then. We'll start with the bad news.
They have a troll. A rather large troll from what I can tell.
Well, that is bad news. What's the good news then?
Found more than one way into the fort.
Yes, there are a few side passages. One large enough for us big people, and one that's definitely adequately sized for dwarves and Miragar-sized persons.
Well, that is good news.
Yes.
Did you get any sort of number on them? How many are in there?
At least dozens, possibly hundreds.
Well, that's more bad news.
Yes.
Got goblins lining the
Yes.
tower walls.
Yes, there's goblin archers all along the walls, so any approach will probably be seen by our armies. Perhaps we could get small teams in to act as diversions initially, but we didn't exactly want to go into the entire fortress by ourselves.
I don't think that would be much of an intelligent decision.
No, probably not.
No.
And Miragar and I did find some artifacts of some kind that we removed. I feel like they might have some power for the enemy, but we're not really sure what they are.
Well, what do they do? What are they?
Held weapons.
We gave them
Weapons and... Yeah.
and then amulets of some sort. We gave it to the rangers since they seem to be more knowledgeable of such things.
Perhaps they'll find out what's going on with it.
Yes.
And with that, Banion steps forward and just simply asks, "So what would you have us do?"
To be honest, I'm not sure yet. I think perhaps maybe if we wanted to wait a few days just to see guard rotations, patrols, that sort of thing, if there's a schedule that we can follow.
I don't know if we have that long. We're going to eventually be discovered. We're not that far from the fortress, and we don't know if there's orcs and goblins that are still headed this way. I think we need to act fast.
Yes.
Plus, whoever owned those weapons will notice they're gone.
That is true.
It might start a little argument inside there, but I doubt it would turn into anything more than somebody being punished. They might figure out that we're the ones that, did it, or someone like us was snooping about. Would it be possible to, do something like, me not being a battle leader, make a battle roll to see if it would make sense to say, hey, we created a diversionary attack from the front with archers hitting the front gate, allowing, the groups to flank around to the sides? or something along those lines?
Yeah. I've got 3 pips in battle.
Yeah. So, I think what we would do then. So the preparation for the battle would be considered a skill endeavor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I've got a few things that you could do written down, but if there's anything in addition to what I've got, you can just lay it on me.
Travel rules.
Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and get our travel rolls out of the way. I did say at the end of the last recording that the travel rolls for fatigue should be done at the beginning of this episode.
Where's my travel?
Nope. The 4 from my horse, which is okay.
Hey, I finally succeeded.
Nice.
Alright.
I think that's 4 off between your horse and those successes. Very nice.
Down to 1
Can I pass a success dice on a travel roll? Because I did get an extra one.
I would allow allow one of them to be passed on, because you could say that it's you perhaps, helped carry some of the bags, and
All right. I mean, if
my breakfasts were extremely motivating.
That's what it was. Yeah.
There you
All
go.
my snacks. I had that extra power
protein
bar
in the
for
morning.
him. Yep.
Exactly. Well, then Thrush will make one as well, because if he can pass a die on to someone, even though he doesn't technically.
I think we're
need
fine
to.
with. Yeah.
Oh, if you guys are fine, then
I mean, I get 4 off from my pony. Miragar's going to give me one that's going to give me success. 5 off. I'll only have 1 fatigue.
and Aranel is
She
I'm at
got
1.
4 off.
okay. So there's probably. I mean, I'll just roll. What the hell? Probably won't matter.
Why not?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no. I didn't even draw my runes yet.
Look at that. So if there's a point we can, or actually no, that's not a success die. You
there's
can't
no
pass it on.
sixes,
Never mind.
But at least you got a Gandalf out of the way.
All right. And so, the good news is that you feel as though you've got plenty of time to do whatever it is that you need to do. It is still relatively early in the day. So if you wanted to take the day and work on, making a battle plan, getting your troops ready, making sure they're properly outfitted, perhaps even making any tools that you feel as though you may need, now is the time.
All right.
And so basically what I've got, you can do an awe or an enhearten roll to kind of encourage your troops. Obviously, there's the battle to formulate a battle plan. And there's crafting for if you wanted to...
I give a really good speech.
let's see. Okay.
I think that's 3 die
Yep.
or 3 successes. It's a really good speech.
Okay. Very good. And as you kind of mingle around at the camp, you can see that news of what you all had seen at the fort has passed along the ranks. And some of them do feel a bit disheartened, you can tell, just by the look in their eyes. They kind of sit solemnly next to their tent as they have it set up. And they stare at their weapons, and you come by and just offer them a little bit of comfort during that time. And it does, in fact, lift their spirits.
All right. We got
Aranel and Miragar, would you like to do something? Because Thrush is going to obviously attempt to, do awe, because he wants to walk around amongst everybody and, explain to them, how we robbed them of their tokens of fell power. We've already stepped inside the fortress.
Yeah. Probably unsheath my Thork, and everyone loves that shit.
I love it.
I mean, we do have Nellie's song
Yeah.
about when we defeated not 1 but 3 trolls.
Also true. Could we make a scan roll to say maybe spend half an hour just looking at the camp, maybe to see if there's any
Dude, if
patrols
she
or
can
rotations?
scan, she will abso-freaking-lutely scan.
Like, I feel like while we're maybe
I'm favored
getting...
with 4 pips. So.
I feel like maybe while we're, like, kind of rallying troops, she would be like, let me go get some extra intel and then come back with it.
Yeah, let me go find a high
Yeah.
spot and just...
Yeah, absolutely. So you make your way up kind of onto a high spot, maybe the top of a tall tree. And you look out upon the fort. Go ahead and give me a scan roll.
And she's gonna use a hope just cause. But I had success. Didn't need the hope, but that's okay.
This one is in the bag, as I kind of figured.
Yeah, I mean, Miragar doesn't really have any skills that will necessarily help this. Thrush might as well roll it, and if for some reason I need to roll, I can probably get a success in, like, craft or something, as Miragar maybe crafts more fireworks.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think Thrush should maybe roll first.
All right. Now, do you guys think it would be... Is there a point, really, to making it a magical success? Because I think he can do that, right? He can spend a point since it's a sparkly item.
Yeah, if it's a sparkly item, you can do that.
But if you don't think it's important...
I don't think it's necessary for this. You probably want to save it for the actual battle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And technically, we've got 3 more attempts to get 1 success, so...
True. All right, well, let's see what happens here.
Oh,
Fucking Gandalf.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. No problem. So, you all make your way around the camp, enheartening people, awing them with your deeds of valor, making them feel heroic as well. Aranel, as you kind of set on top of this tree, scouting out, you can see that it looks as though they switch the guard on top of the walls probably every couple of hours. And you can tell that there is quite a bit of movement on the inside. You do, in fact, just over the top of the wall, you see the top of a head, this very bald gray head, as it walks around plainly. You can tell that it lumbers around. You can almost hear its footfalls as it lumbers around the fort. You can also see, it looks as though there is, from this angle that you're looking down onto the fort, you can see that it looks as though there's another building which is inside of the fort that has smoke pouring from the chimney. You can hear the sound of what sounds like hammer on anvil. Perhaps they have a working forge on the inside.
Okay.
But even from here, it's hard to tell just how many orcs are on the inside. You can tell that there are dozens upon dozens above ground.
Alright. When she comes back down, she will relay what she has found.
Alright. Well, we might be able to catch them slightly unawares during guard change. At least while they're swapping archers, it might at least take them longer to shoot at us.
True. Now, we only really have 2 methods of entry, or the sides, because there's no way for us to open the front doors.
No.
Since we don't have our own troll.
No.
And we did see some of the walls look weaker, but I don't think we have the means to clear that, unless turns to, like, Floki. I'm like, I don't suppose your people brought any sort of explosives.
Oh, no, we didn't bring any explosives or anything like that.
I didn't think so.
But if you're looking to breach the main gate, well, I mean, we could build a battering ram. There's plenty of trees.
Do we think that maybe rams could be used to take down the side walls that seemed weaker?
Give me a craft roll.
Okay. I will definitely spend a hope on this.
Okay. While you think it definitely could be done, you feel as though using the battering ram for its intended purpose would be the much more expedient method.
Okay. Well, it's an option if you have volunteers that are willing to go straight into the orc's mouth, as it were.
Well, if we need to get in, seems as though we'd have almost no other choice unless we can get over the, what you say? There were a couple of holes in the walls.
There's a couple of weaker wall segments, and then beneath, I guess you call it the plateau, there were some tunnels.
Yeah, I have a feeling the ram might be a good option. If anything, it is enough of a distraction to get maybe a bulk of forces through the tunnels into some of the caverns and whatnot.
Well,
I don't think this whole army could be stealthy enough to sneak in through there.
We just need enough of our archers engaging so the battering ram folk don't get completely obliterated.
Well, how do you have any especially sneaky ranges, Thrush?
I'm assuming we have a couple.
Perhaps we can lead a group through the tunnel on the side that we saw and start a diversionary attack underground. Then the dwarves can go some of the dwarves can go through the tunnel on the other side that was smaller, and then the main force will focus on breaching the walls, perhaps with archer support from rangers and Breemen.
Which one had all the orcs? The larger one?
So
yes, I believe so. The north, we'll call it the north hole.
that was the smaller hole that Miragar could fit through, but I don't think man-sized people could fit through.
The one leading to the orcs was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the
Yep,
one going
so
into the
that was
chamber.
the western.
Yeah, the one going into the chamber was like an escape hatch, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The one that was more hidden. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I think that's what we're going to have to do then.
All right.
And then I think both teams' objectives needs to be also taking the gate. So
Yes.
Mhm.
on the inside.
All right. Well, get me 10 of your best ranges, Thrush.
I think that's about how many we have.
Okay, then well, half of your ranges, depending on how many we brought.
Well, if there's 4 of us and we want a group of 10, just take 6 of them, and then I would say the other 4 probably lead another group of 6 dwarves. Do 2 teams of 10 for the infiltration, and then everybody else assaults the front gate.
All right.
Moss, quick question.
Yes.
So, if I remember correctly on the map fortress,
Mm-hmm.
there were trees kind of on the side that had the chamber
Mm-hmm.
entrance. Are there trees all the way around that we could, like, sneak through the trees?
You'd guess so, yeah. Yeah, there would
Okay.
be.
So use the trees as natural cover and sneak the rest of the way.
Well, I think we have a plan.
And if we get discovered before they go, what is our are we going to signal them with an arrow, a flame arrow, a firework? What are we going to do to let them know? Just go.
Probably a firework. Miragar has plenty of those, and they're
Got a
hard to
few.
miss.
So give one to each team.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then maybe those with the battering ram could have a couple extra.
Yeah.
Help with distracting the goblins.
Sounds good.
And definitely we're going to be doing this during the daytime, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. As counterproductive as it is, because it's orcs, it's actually the good idea.
And, you know, trolls
Yeah.
don't really like sunlight.
I don't suppose if we shot enough fireworks, we could pot the clouds. I don't think that's how that works, though.
Yeah,
I don't
just use
think I
your
have enough
spear.
fireworks for that.
Use your spear. It worked last time.
I mean, you know, if I feel the call of my ancestors through the spear, I'll try again. I'm not sure that's something I can do at will, though.
Look out, Miragar. So when we get in there, patrol, if you wouldn't mind taking care of that.
Sure.
If you hit it hard enough, you'll leave an imprint in it. It'll be quite nice. All right, so
Don't do
I
that.
think the basic idea is we attack during the day because orcs and trolls don't like that. We're going to try to go during it what is perceived to be a change of guard to give us a little extra time. The diversionary teams are going to sneak in through the northern, or I guess like east, northwest, and southeast entrances. We'll see what chaos we can cause, and if things go, once the party starts, someone will launch a firework, and then the main army will go in with the battering ram, and hopefully we'll cause enough distraction to at least some of us make it to the gate, and the battering ram isn't necessary, but at least they'll be divided.
And so you can tell that the day is beginning to wane after you had kind of scouted out the fort and then made your way around the camp to enhearten your comrades there. Is this something you plan on initiating in the morning?
Yeah, once the sun
So, yeah.
comes up high enough that it's going to assist us.
Yeah.
Okay. And just as a note, you have noticed that you haven't seen the face of the sun in near 4 days.
Yeah, I kind of figure there's some.
Yeah, we're just hoping, because you mentioned that that something was blocking it, that we're just like, even if a little bit of ambient light, at least it'll help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already aware that some fell bullshit's going on that's keeping the sun out.
Yeah.
They're also nocturnal beings, so they're usually less active and
At the very least, with the sun
With it
covered,
during
they'll be
daytime.
at our level as opposed to advantaged.
They'll be grumpy.
they'll be exhausted because they were trying to go to sleep.
That's
So-
very optimistic of you to think.
So what I'm hearing is enough time is probably going to pass for us to take a prolonged rest.
That is exactly what you're hearing.
All right, I am going to take, I think, 2 hope. Actually, 3.
I'll just
Okay.
grab one.
Is anybody taking watch or anything?
I mean,
Aranel.
Aranel, she doesn't actually have to sleep, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Aranel and her brother most likely because they don't have to sleep because they cheat.
And Thrush will be up.
Well, my brother
Probably
is
early.
younger than me, so I don't know if he actually has that skill yet.
Yeah.
Fair.
He's still a child, even though he's older than all of you.
Probably combined.
He's 83. So,
Okay, maybe not combined then.
older than a couple of you combined.
Yeah.
And so, Aranel, while you're staying up over the course of the night, you can see that there are patrols who kind of make their way around the camp. People just doing menial tasks, but people who you can tell probably can't sleep. People who kind of do laps around the perimeter, just kind of keeping watch. But I'll have you give me a quick awareness roll, if you would.
Gotcha. Boop. Oh, so close to Gandalf.
Well, it's still a great success.
Okay. And so as you're kind of peering out, you can see through the woods, you can see a little bit of motion. It's kind of making its way around your camp. And you can hear the rustling of leaves.
Okay. She'll nudge her brother and keep a lookout.
What is it, sister?
Something's in the woods.
And
Keep an ear out.
you see he's got his quiver kind of set down at his side. He grabs his bow and knocks an arrow quickly. And then just as he does this, you can see in the firelight, you see 6 pairs of eyes look out at the camp. But it's strange because 3 pairs are yellow, and just above them, peeking out of the foliage, it seems as though there are glowing red eyes.
That doesn't sound good.
Alright, she's going to nudge Thrush and Larry and Miragar awake and just like,
All right, we're awake. I
What?
hope.
we're being watched. And she'll kind of nod her head towards the eyes and also knock an arrow at the redder.
Do we know that orc and goblin eyes kind of glow in the dark red? Or
Yeah, I'd say you've probably seen it before.
okay, and the others are probably the wolves they're riding on, if that's what he's figured out. They're mounted.
Aim for the orcs and goblins.
The ones that can talk.
Okay. So, you can tell, just as you all wake up, you begin to stir. You can see them turn to leave. Do you all want to loose a volley at them before they do?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't want them alerting anybody.
Okay. So I'm going to throw some tokens out here for you guys. And I'm just going to throw them here on the
World map.
on the world map here, just so you got something to shoot at here. So, you are all more than welcome to take pot shots before they leave.
I will let Aranel go first, I guess, because
So close to a double Gandalf. Look at that. Regular success. Bonus die +4. Just do heavy blow.
Okay. All right, you lodge an arrow in that one's leg. It lets out a yelp as it spurs its wolf to make back for the fort.
Nah.
We get to choose who her brother attacks?
Same one, preferably.
I don't.
I feel like that's probably fair.
I mean, if you just want to have Eldon and Elro here appear out of nowhere, that's cool too.
Hey, Eladan.
Riding elk.
Yeah. Hey, look! Oh man, I didn't know that Eldon was your brother all along.
Shh.
Breaking the lore.
I mean, the math also doesn't work because he's older than both of her parents combined, so... What the fuck?
You see that the shot goes wide.
And this is why you lost, brother.
Who the heck is Thoronorin?
I'm still young, sister. Okay.
Who or what is Thoronorin? Is that his bow?
Yeah. It's not. You know, Keir Daniel's bow. It's Eladan's bow. But Eladan's not here. You guys just had to have an extra shot, didn't you?
Yes.
I mean,
It didn't actually help us, but yes.
Aranel did explicitly say, I want him to be awake, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say that given that it is dark, you would lose a success die on that. I didn't say that prior, but I will say that now.
I mean, it's not like it
would've
mattered
hit
for
him
Aranel.
Yeah.
It would have taken me to a 26.
All right. So, let's see. Who's up next? You all can just go in whatever order you would like to.
All
Go
right.
for it, Larry. Why not?
I will spend a hope point, so then it's a neutral attack, and
Auto pierce.
let's
Chunk.
go.
Nice. Okay. And
Wounded.
Wounded. Okay. And as you lose your arrow in the dark, almost blindly, and you hear a thunk as it sinks underneath the armor, and you hear a thump in the woods as the wolf rides away.
Let's see. We got this one that Aranel hit, right? That's in the middle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I guess Well, regardless, we're gonna have to try and take him out. Do you think I should try and leave that one for you, Miragar? Actually, Miragar, why don't you take your shot at him? I mean, it doesn't matter a whole lot because if we don't take him out, then one of them will probably get away. But
Miragar. Ooh!
look at that!
Wow. Okay.
You probably could have killed the other one.
I think he's just dead seas. Yeah. Yeah.
All right then.
All right. Very good.
All right, Thrush. You gotta.
It's up to you on the unarmed one.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. We're gonna use a hope die, so that means it will be even.
I mean, in theory, maybe targeting the wolf would be a good idea at this point. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want me to take? Does it matter mathematically if I take a die off and add the hope point die, or just roll it as average?
Just roll as normal or subtract the hope.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
would just.
did.
Yeah, just subtract the hope and manually if you want to.
That's what
Let's
I
see what
do.
happens
It's
here.
easier.
Oh, failed.
I won.
Dang it.
I won.
And your shot goes wide. You hear it embed into a tree just off to the side, and you can hear the fade off into the
I
woods.
should have just done a pierce.
Here, yeah, curse my eyes.
Well, do we want to sound the alarm as they now know we are here, or will know shortly we are here?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think we should wake everyone up.
Unfortunately.
Wake everyone and get them moving.
Yep.
No fireworks yet, but
As quickly as we can, maybe we can at least get to the fort while they're mustering their forces as well. And
Yeah.
can Aranel run after this guy or no? Is he too fast?
I mean,
on them?
he's far too fast on his wolf. You guess.
Miragar would like to go loot the other orcs who fell.
Okay. All right.
See if maybe they have anything on them that might help us.
You go over and you scan them, kind of rifle through whatever pouches and pockets they might have had, whatever vacant areas within their armor. And you see that they've got these crude swords, kind of curved up at the top and still sharp, but I mean, very poorly made. But other than that, I mean, you don't see that they carry any missives. Is there anything in
keys.
particular that you're looking for?
Maybe keys?
Yeah, no, just anything on them that they would have had.
You say you've got Shadow Lore? I keep forgetting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does. He's the
So
warden.
these orcs, you would guess, are probably too low a rank to be carrying anything of importance by whatever ranking system orcs might have.
Yeah. All right. Well, we know that they were possibly forging something, so I will take these swords to, one of our blacksmiths, probably one of the dwarven ones, and ask him if these have all been forged
Recently.
or by the same hand kind of thing. Like, are these what we think the orcs and goblins are arming themselves with now?
So you take it to Hilvi, who is the dwarves' weaponsmith, who you met so long ago. He takes a look at him, and he says, "Aye, so far as I can tell, it looks as though these were forged recently. As to whether or not they already had stores in there, it's hard to say."
Well, yeah, we know they're at least armed.
Well, get everyone awake. Get everyone into their groups. We have to go now, unfortunately.
You go around the camp as quickly as you can, rousing the troops. People begin to wipe away the sleep from their eyes, and then as soon as they realize what's going on, they stand to attention, and they grab their weapons, and they all get in formation. What this is going to consist of is...
Everyone has to make a wake-up on-time skill endeavor for work.
Yeah. So, I need a quick battle roll from somebody to see just how effective your plan will be versus the orcs.
Okay. Well, I could use a hope and do a magical success on this and still roll it.
Okay. How much
This
do you
might
have
be
in
a good
battle?
one.
4.
Okay, that's more than me.
So let's do that. Let's take a hope point off to get a magical success, and then I will roll it.
Huh?
Uh-huh. All right, let's see what happens here. No extra roll or whatever's
Okay.
successes, unfortunately.
But you did get a success, so that's good. So you organize all of these troops around. You separate the archers and set them in one group. Perhaps tell them to line up just behind the tree line and aim at the goblins atop the wall. While remind me again what the ultimate plan was. You've got a group going in either tunnel, and then what's the rest of the group doing?
They're gonna pretty much escort the battering ram while having archers provide suppressing fire.
With fireworks if needed.
The front gate is where they're headed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And so, everybody seems to understand their orders. And you set off with your own detachment of rangers and begin to stealthily make your way around the fort to enter into the southern tunnel.
All right.
I need, and this will be separate from the skill endeavor, but I need everybody to give me a quick stealth roll.
I'm not great at stealth, but
But Aranel
Let's
has
see
an
what
extra
happens.
guy.
that'll be good because I got all 1, 2s, and 3s. I'm rolling like the best tonight.
Okay. So Aranel's got one she can pass on.
Yeah, I can pass one off.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any 6s.
I didn't either. Oh wait, Mira covered that.
I got 3 3s.
Hey, your
Okay.
average is still higher than mine. I think. Or no, I got 3.
Okay. And so as you all begin making your way into the tunnel, you come into that same room, which you had found those knives in. It seems as though the fur coat is gone. And it seems as though whoever was in here has maybe left, or at least just taken their effects with them. And as you make your way around, Miragar, as you make your way around, one of the pans on your backpack skims against the stone wall, and you hear from the distance, "Oi, what's that?" And you can hear the sound of feet rushing towards you all. And you find yourself in a larger room, as you can see torchlight coming around a corner, and you are met with a number of orcs who are ready to expel you. You all clash.
Alright.
I'm gonna need. They begin pushing you back into the tunnel. You see their shields are raised high, and they push back, bash against you. I need somebody to make me an athletics roll.
Ooh, I got that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be a Hobbit.
Miragar's just gonna run underneath them and like bat their legs with the pan. Like, no.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he's.
Yeah,
good.
I grabbed the pan, and as they come around, I have both skillets out. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
no!
Just-
All right, very good. And you begin to push them back into the opening of the room. I need for somebody to give me some sort of close combat skill as you're attempting to continue to push them through these tunnels. Either sword, axe, spear, whatever you
Okay,
need.
an actual weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever wants to do it.
I've only got 2 pips.
I
And
would
just
say
the skill.
I would say Thrush. Well, what do you have in swords? Because I have.
4.
Yeah, I've got 3 in spears, so probably you. Plus, your sword doesn't like orcs.
True. I don't know if that factors in here, but so it would just be the combat proficiency roll.
Correct. Yeah.
You would just roll this. Yeah, the sword.
Okay,
the sword
now
skill.
is this something I could put a hope die on?
Yeah, absolutely.
With the way I'm rolling, it might not matter. But it might.
It might.
It might. All right, let's
Well,
roll.
that's what matters.
Yay.
All right.
Look
No
at all the
sixes.
fives.
No sixes, but
So
it didn't
close.
matter.
I don't think I've gotten a 6 yet tonight.
All
I've
right.
You
all
could have
the
made
other
that with
numbers.
only the fives.
Yeah.
All right. And you've got one more roll. You can see that as you push them into this wide opening, Thrush, you lash out with your sword and slice one just across the neck. It falls. Some of the other orcs trip over it, and as you continue to push them through these halls, you find that you are pushing them through unfamiliar tunnels. I need probably an explore roll just to see if you all can gather your bearings.
I've got 2 in Explore. What about you guys?
I have 2.
We have an
But,
explorer.
I
Target number
am favored
14.
and have 3, so
Yeah,
think,
that's gonna be a
it'll probably be the Hobbit.
I think this,
He's used to tunnels. He's like, this is just like
Yeah.
my house.
yeah, this is just a Hobbit.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Nice. All right. Sweet. Very good. All right. And as you kind of push them around, you look around and you can tell that you're actually nearing one of the other rooms that you had seen, which had the staircase that led up into the fort. And as this is all going on, you can hear fighting a little bit further down in the tunnels as your secondary detachment is fighting orcs on their own as well. And so I'm going to go ahead, we're going to jump into this. And we are going to assume that you all are in close combat already.
Aranel does not approve of this.
I don't approve of the fact that they're double us, so I'm pretty sure it forces me out of rearward.
Well,
Yeah.
what I will
No.
say is that
We technically brought some rangers with us.
what I will say is that we're doing this with the assumption that all of the other rangers have someone to engage with as well. We're also saying that you all are kind of in a line pushing forward. And
Alright.
so I will say they are not more than double your number. And
Okay.
so, Aranel, if you would like, you are more than welcome to take rearward stance.
Yay!
And so, just as we leap into this combat, we're going to take a quick break, and we are going to be right back. All right, just going to lay down here for a second. Wait, what is that? Hey, man, what you got? Hold on. Shh. Let me get at it. Wait, is that Tales from the Dragon's Tavern? I don't know, man. Shh. That's a subscription down there. You left one there for me? You gave me a subscription? Dang. Wait a minute. Is that Fear of Ages Past? Give it. Come on, give it to me. Give it. Subscribe. Yeah, man. Come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go. You just gonna sit there and not subscribe or something? Look at me over here. I'm begging and pleading. Come on now. We are back. As we enter into this melee, you look around and you can tell that there are numerous combatants in this room. So much to where they are pushing against each other, gaining leverage off of each other, and fighting to the last man. And as such, you're fighting in very close quarters. You all would lose 1d on your melee attack rolls. And Aranel, you having to fire, loose arrows past all of these combatants and hopefully hit a target would cause you to lose 1d as well.
Well, it's a good thing that
Fair enough.
Aranel's just going to scan and make it neutral or better.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so, you all are more than welcome to engage with who, well, actually, they outnumber you, so they're going to choose.
Are you planning to be in range stance, Miragar?
No.
Probably, yep. I was gonna say probably defensive,
Yeah.
because that's his, MO.
Okay, so I tell you what, you three go ahead and you three roll me a feat die.
Okay.
Which three? Me as well?
Yeah.
He made the ka-ching noise for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so Miragar, you're gonna have this guy come up and engage with you. And Larry, you're gonna have this guy come in and engage with you. Okay.
Oh, no.
Fantastic.
Hatred of dwarves.
Alright, and so, first up in the order, we have Mr. Larry Rushlight. Larry, what would you like to do?
I'd like to use my action to do the heart and roll to try to buff people. Fortunately, no sixes, but on the next turn, anyone in open or forward stance will get an extra roll.
Very nice. Alright. And that's your action, correct?
Yes, I'm not cool like Thrush.
Okay. Alright. Thrush,
Larry.
it is your turn.
So I can do this once per combat. I can do it as a secondary action, so I might as well, but because it'll let us be inspired in case somebody has a problem next round. So he's going to do his secondary action of Enhearten to see if he can do anything special. It probably won't do anything special. Oh, look, of course, now he gets sixes. So that would mean that basically everybody, the same thing, everybody...
Everyone in any melee combat stance gets
Yep.
die
gets the
next round.
next round, but also all your rolls are inspired. So if you spend a hope die next round,
Awesome.
you'll be inspired. And then he is going to attack this one. Where is
Going to draw blood.
We'll hopefully draw some blood. All right, let's see what happens here. That'll be good. Let's see. Can he do that? What did he get on his? Oh, he got a. He can't do a pierce. Should he do a heavy blow or a fend off?
Decisions.
Exactly. I think he's gonna do, because we're in dire straits sort of right now. He's gonna do fend off. So it's gonna take 5 damage, but it. Oh, I closed it. I can't remember if it's all attacks on him, or the next attack, or the attack from this guy.
Let me check. I think.
Oh, it modifies my parry rating for the round.
Yeah, that's what it
The
is.
round.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Very
his parry is now 21.
No, I'm not sure if it automatically does it or not, so you just have to remind Moss.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that unfortunately does increase the eye awareness, as you did roll an Eye of Sauron, and that also counts as a success with a woe. And so, your parry rating is increased as you deal damage to this orc. You slice him across the belly, and he punches you across the face in retort and staggers you to the point where you will need to use your next action to regain your position.
Okay. Should I temporarily change my parry rating so it shows up, or do we want to just remember it? How do you want to do that?
That would be fine if you wanted to temporarily change it.
Okay, we'll just change it, and we'll just remember it is supposed to be 19. Don't let me forget to change it back, please, people.
Okay.
Keep it at 21. Got it.
Exactly.
Miragar.
And it's next round we have all the inspiration stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think then I'm just going to do my normal guarding of maybe Larry this round, because I know Thrush activated his super.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
So
three
there's
die off the next
three dice off the first attack on Larry this round.
Okay.
Don't worry, it'll be an Eye of Sauron anyways.
Wow. All right. That's incredible. All right. So, next up is Aranel.
All right.
Let's see. Great success. So
Yeah,
I
that's-
lose a die, but I gain one.
Lose a
I
die,
just
but you
one
gain.
instead of 2.
Yeah, you -1 +2, so net 1.
Yep.
Ooh.
Auto pierce. Thank
Protection
you.
roll against a 18. Ugh.
Yep.
He's gonna
Have
spend
fun.
1 hate. Let's see. Oh, where did that
'Cause
button
that
go?
was mine.
My button went away.
Oh no.
I guess that means you lose.
You're automatically wounded. Sorry.
Okay.
Gandalf rune!
Oh my god!
Gandalf is with us.
All right, and he is out. You loose an arrow right through the neck, and he falls, slumps over.
Maybe he probably just kind of turns and nods. Yep, that's about what I expected to happen.
All right. Well, never mind that. You see that this orc here is going to attack you, Larry. And he...
Loses 3 die.
Yes, he does. He does have a hatred of men, however.
Of course he is.
And so...
The next party is going to be all hobbits, so there's no hatred at all.
Why is it
It's
not...
unfounded hatred. When has he ever met a man? It just seems like manufactured hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Propaganda.
He
Loses
probably
3
just
die.
probably just read something on Orc Twitter or Orc Blue Sky.
Orc Reddit.
Okay.
Gandalf rune!
No. All right, and that misses. You dodge deftly to the side and bash his sword to the floor with your shield. Next up.
Well, Miragar
is
was attacking you. Oof.
this one here. So your parry rating is increased by 2, and you've got that increased, correct?
Yes, it is set at 21 at the moment.
Blackjack.
Sweet. Okay. All right, so he's going to lash out at you. And he's going to do it.
I thought Morbius was a terrible movie.
That was
Oh, of course.
so close
Hit
to
me,
another
jerk.
Gandalf.
All right, and it seems as though as you lurch back and recoil from his punch, he lunges forward and slashes you across the leg, just ever so slightly.
That hurt.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Except that guy. Right
See,
there.
this one is going to do the same. Let's see, and he also has a hatred of men.
Now, is it just normal men or Dunedain?
Men are all kind of grouped into the same.
I am definitely going to make a... That sounds very problematic. I think I'm going to make a complaint to the orcs.
They have a little flow chart in their head. Is man-shaped?
Is
All
man
right.
shaped? Yes, no. Has beard? Yes, no.
And so, Miragar.
Beard shape?
Let's see. What can he do? He is actually going to spend a hate point to use his great leap. He shoves past you, Miragar, and lunges towards Aranel.
Of course.
And he is going to attack Aranel. Okay. There we go.
Oh.
All right. So he
They all
misses.
flucted.
But
Succeeded.
okay. Next up, this one is going to attack Miragar.
I'm curious how Aranel parries attacks. Does she just put up an arrow and be like, cut this instead?
Let's see.
Arch
this
it
one-
bow.
I feel like she blocks it with the bow. I'm just like, fuck you.
This
As
one-
long as it doesn't cut the string, right?
Well, the string's back here. The
Okay.
bow up here.
Just saying, I don't
He's
know
gonna
how big
even
this-
that out.
Or she just like dodges out of the way.
Gandalf rune!
Gandalf!
Okay. Miragar, you slide between this orc's legs as it lunges down at you. Larry, this one is going to lash out at you.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm expecting the Eye of Sauron every time on me, honestly, so I'll take that.
Yeah. Alright. And then finally, one more at Miragar. And to no avail.
Nice.
Alright. No hits this round. You guys are pitching a no-hitter. As we move on.
No, Thrush got hit.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
Thrush
mean,
did
I
get
mean,
hit.
by the... Oh, did he? He did get hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Barely.
Three
Just
damage.
barely. It was just a flesh wound. And
It's
so,
a scratch.
back to the top of the order. If you guys would like to change your stances, you're more than welcome.
Well, Thrush can't do anything this round, so I think it would make sense for him to go into defensive.
Yep, that's actually a good idea.
Question for Moss. Do I now have to target this guy because he's right next to me, or can I still target?
No, it's a special ability that he has. You are not restricted to forward stance while he's engaged with you.
So I know that part. I'm just saying, like, do I have to attack at him? Like, do I have to aim at him, or can I aim
Past him.
this guy?
If I God.
He's the chieftain anyways, I might as well.
No, it says spend 1 hate to attack any player hero in any combat stance, including rearward. And that doesn't say to engage with any player hero, it just says to attack. And so I would say that that would not require you to target him.
I probably will anyways. Just because I didn't realize he was the chieftain. I thought he was just a regular
That's why he's got
soldier
the special
Joe
jumpy jump.
Okay.
Fair.
So I have +1, courtesy of Thrush, which means I'm even. So I'm gonna attempt a battle roll as a extra action just to see if I can maybe get a. Yes.
Leg up.
All right. So that puts me at +1. So I imagine I probably just maneuver around the guy that got hit by an arrow and use like his blood puddle to kind of make the guy lose a step. And
All right.
Nice. Probably just heavy blow.
yeah.
Very nice. All right. And you jab into this. Orc's guard. He tries to knock your spear aside, but as he does, the point of your spear cuts across his belly. All right, and that's your turn, Miragar. It is your turn.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go attack the guys that are in front of me.
Okay.
We'll use a hope point to become inspired.
Nice. All right. You deal a good bit of damage as you slice this orc's arm.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Thrush. You're regaining your.
Yep, shakes his head to get himself settled again and gets back into the fight.
Did you fix your parry?
It lasts it lasts the let me check to make sure that was that round, or was it the combat? I'm trying to remember. Blah, 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 blah.
I think it was the round, but I'm not sure.
Where is it? Fend off. Spend modify your parry rating for the round. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So new round.
But at least you're in defensive stance.
Aranel, it is your turn.
Yes, sir. Ooh. Not good, but I am favored, so that Sauron does not count. Alright, I lose a die.
Take that, Sauron.
Fuck it, I'll spend a hope to even that out a little bit. I will add 2 to make that a pierce on 9.
And if you
Nice.
spent the hope, you were inspired on that roll.
Oh crap, I forgot to do that.
You want to go ahead and roll another d6 real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Okay. So you wouldn't have gotten any additional damage, but you are prompting him to make a protection roll as he tries to dodge out of the way of your arrow. He sees you knock it and tries to make a split-second decision to dive for cover. He is going to... He's going to save that.
Nope.
Oh, he is
Wounded.
wounded. Okay. And he is out.
Effect status dead. That's my favorite one.
Love it.
All
Now I
right.
can go back to my pecking order.
And so, I wish these windows would stop popping up. There we go. All right, so, Larry, you are the target for this first attack here. You see these orcs around are infuriated at the fact that you have killed their leader, or at least your army has. And so he's going to lash out at you, spending a hate die to gain another success die.
Okay.
And he is the one who hates men. He's a feminist. Oh, man!
Gross.
Oh. All right. To no avail. Your guard is too strong. Let's see. This one here is going to lash out at Thrush. Let's see. This one here does not have a hatred of men. Okay, yeah, he's going to keep hold of that. Oh, all right. So he still misses, even though you feel as his scimitar brushes past your hair. You can feel the wind off of it slice past your face. You feel as though that could have been a killing blow had you not dodged out of the way. Let's see. This one here is also going to attack. He is going to do that. He is going in for the kill. Why is this not popping up? Thank you very much.
I want him to get a success with a wolf. No, I want him to just fail. That's what I want.
Alright.
Oh, no. There we go.
There it is. Okay.
Now
So,
you are inspired if you want to use that on your protection roll.
Yeah, I'm going to. Because otherwise I'll probably end up getting killed here. Let's see here. Now, I do... Click on that, inspired,
Yep.
and then roll.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Like I said, I can't roll anything today. I think Thrush is going to die today because I can't roll anything more than 2s.
Oh
And
man.
I'm failing at everything. I'm getting woes with successes and stuff. So, yeah. I think Thrush is going to probably end up unconscious in this fight. We haven't even gotten to the actual fight yet.
All right. And if you'd please roll your injury roll for us.
Yeah, I clicked on it. It didn't do anything. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
All I had to do was say it. Yeah. Hey, it wasn't a 9 this time. Normally I get 9s and 10s on those.
Well,
Yeah. Well, you guys are probably going to have to carry the fight.
All right, Miragar, you are the target of this next attack.
Okay.
This one has a hatred of elves, luckily enough for you.
You
Why
are
is it
not an
not
elf.
letting me attack?
He's awful small for an
Because
elf.
he's not an elf.
I don't
Although
hate
he
this guy.
does
I
have-
can't get him.
Yeah.
He's got kind of pointy ears, so I mean, maybe he's like, oh, tiny elf.
Oh no! Gandalf coming to the rescue. Gandalf likes Miragar, just not as much.
I
Thrush.
mean, we've said it. I've said it before. Hobbits are Tolkien's favorite children.
Yeah. Gandalf expects more from you, Thrush, is basically what this is coming down to.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it because the dice hate me today.
It's coming down to 2. He's
Thrush
gonna
had a
add
good
an
run.
extra die. And to no avail.
Wow, he's rolling like I am.
Yeah, that is not good.
I just looked over at the orc.
Finally.
Same, buddy.
Alright, this one also.
Before I kill you, man, Flush, you ever feel like that sometimes your employees are just not working how they should?
Ever feel like sometimes I is not looking out for you? Correct.
Alright, and as you block this other orc's scimitar, Miragar, this other one is going to try to seize the opening by spinning another hate die.
No.
And
Look
it's
at all those twos.
not with him. Good lord! Alright, so back to the top of the round. Would anybody like to change their stance?
No, sir.
All right, let's try and go into forward. Hey, let me go. He doesn't want me going to open. All right, we're going forward stance. We're going all in because
The game won't let you.
Yeah, but
Why
won't
not?
let me go into open. That's fine.
Why not?
We're doing it.
Alright, so
We'll do it live.
if that is the case, Thrush, it is your turn.
All right, he is going to weirdly enough attack this guy.
Strange.
I know it's weird.
Remember, it's
Who'da thought?
neutral because we're at -1, so you're at
Yeah.
+1.
Yup. So
Unless you want to try to make a battle roll.
yeah, I'm trying to decide. You know, I'm actually not bad at battle rolls. I'm gonna attempt to maneuver this guy into a wall or something. See what happens.
Oh.
Again.
Fucking Sauron.
Success with a woe.
Like I said, I think the game wants him to die this time. Well, he'll take it, so he'll attack the guy.
All right.
And let's see.
Hey, look, another eye Sauron.
Yeah, like I said, he's just gonna die here in this hole.
Maybe just reset the system and.
Because this is gonna be, let's see, if I do a heavy blow, that's gonna do that. This is the guy already hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna do it. We'll just do the 11 points of damage and hope that takes him down, so there's one less person in the fight, even if the other guy takes him out.
Okay. Very good. You use your fancy footwork to get around the side. You cut him across the stomach. He falls forward flat on his face, gurgling. And as this happens, you withdraw your sword from him, and a little bit of blood gets in your eye. As you try to wipe it off, your vision is blurred. Your next attack is going to lose 1d thanks to your success with a woe.
Ugh.
Well, hey, that's better than not being able to act for a whole round.
Fair.
I will take it. Not being able to act for a whole round, not fun.
Yeah.
All right, so you got 1,
Dangerous
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, Larry.
All right. I will attempt battle roll.
So far, Aranel has just been cleaning the floor with these guys.
Okay.
Which is pretty on par.
Yeah.
Remind me, does the extra success die do anything for the battle roll?
I think I allowed it last time, but I don't think. I think it's just. Let me see.
While he's looking that up, Thrush, do you want me to take out this guy, or should I take out this guy? Or this guy?
Those guys are all facing 2 people, so I'd say even it out with them. If Thrush goes down, I mean, he goes down and you'll have to deal with the guy, but at least this way, he's got him occupied this round. It's up to you, I suppose.
'Cause otherwise, I'm just going in pecking order, so it'd be this guy and this guy. Because I'm
Right.
just going down the initiative list. So.
I mean,
Fair.
if we want me to have a chance of staying in the fight longer, taking him out would be smart before he goes. Because if they get another wound on him, he's face planted.
Right.
So.
And Larry, yeah, you can go ahead and take an additional success die for that.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
You know, I think if I really push Thrush, I could get the hunt threshold myself. I think I could do it.
Probably not during
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh boy.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot.
10 points of damage. Okay. Yet another one is felled. All right, you stab this orc straight through the chest. It goes limp and lifeless, even as it is pinned to your spear.
Sweet, more bodies to use my battle roll against. Come on.
All right, Miragar.
All right, let's attack this guy again.
Get him.
Let's see.
You have an army. We have a Miragar.
Gandalf's and
I've
sixes.
got 2 skillets. Oh, just off the Gandalf.
Nice.
Yeah, it was almost a Gandalf.
Yeah,
But
got a great success.
Very good. All right, as this one lunges down with its sword arm, you quickly dodge to the side and lop off its sword arm. He falls to the ground, bleeding out.
Nice.
curse you, tiny elf.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Extraordinary. And then I just lose 1, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, so you would gain an additional, what? You'd be 2 up on this one?
Yeah, instead of 3. So that, do my +4. I think I forgot to do that last time, but regular success.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right. So with that, since that battle roll is a homebrew rule, I just now realized that Aranel basically had to use a fellowship phase to be able to do that, to use a skill roll to gain additional feat dice or additional success dice. So I
see what you're saying.
I think probably going forward, the battle rolls, it's just success or not.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I assumed it was. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't really think of that until now, because that's not necessarily a specified rule. The rule in the game itself is like, okay, well, you can do battle roll as your action, and that'll last you. Usually that'll last you the battle unless another complication is introduced.
Okay.
Right.
So
Because she can do the scan thing because of deadly archery.
Right,
Yeah.
and you had to get a
Which
whole
is a
virtue for
virtue,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, we don't want to cheat you out of your amazing virtue.
yeah, exactly.
We
Okay.
want to be as cool
So-
because without
wait,
actually
so does
paying
that mean
price.
I only have to do one battle roll per battle then?
Well, if you basically it would be it's a little bit complicated, but it's like I could introduce certain complications, like, oh, you're fighting uphill, you lose a battle, you lose a thing, and you can make a battle roll, and that would put you in an advantageous position until I came in and was like, okay, well, now it starts to rain and you're fighting in the rain, or now they're surrounding you, that kind of thing.
Okay.
That way you have
or like
the,
you
you
take
have
the
the
up
choice.
ground and then they
Yeah.
kind of keep dancing up the stairs, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that way you
Princess
you have the
Bride
choice
syndrome.
of continuing to try to attack it or using your action to gain an advantageous position.
Okay.
But I figured that it'd be a little bit more fun because you guys don't really have a whole lot of secondary actions other than dropping stuff. So.
Gotcha.
True.
All right, and so this orc is going to try to finish Thrush off. And this could be bad.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I was destined to lose him in this fight. I'll make the protection roll and I'll do the die again. Because this
Come on,
is.
Thrush. We need you.
Are we inspired in this? Wait, is this still the?
This is
round 3.
Round 3, yeah.
So I can do a hope point, but I'm not inspired. Okay, so I'll at least use the one. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Nice.
Protected.
Yeah, I finally rolled something besides like a 1 or a 2 or a 3 on that thing.
Very nice. All right, so you see this one lunging in at you, fire in its eyes. It thrusts forward with its crude sword, and just in time, you are able to get up and swipe it off to the side. All right. Awesome.
Maybe next round. No. I mean, no, you don't get to kill me next round. The troll is going to finish him off.
We
I mean,
shall.
honestly, if I were gonna go, yeah, I'd probably be taking down the troll.
All right. Let's see. So boo. Let's see. He does not have a hatred of men, so he's just gonna roll it standard. Oh. Protection test, if you please, Mr. Larry.
Yeah, I was waiting for that Isara.
Oh.
Okay. You are gonna use a hope point.
Come on, Larry.
Get some Gandalfs. Yay!
Very
Yay.
nice. All right. So you do take 3 damage, but it does not make it past your armor. All right. And looks like we've only got 1 left.
That's fight the tricky hobbits.
He's probably wondering, what is this thing I got into a fight with?
It's not a. It has pointy ears like an elf. It's small dwarf, but it doesn't have a beard.
It's like we hates it. We hates it so much.
And it cut Mog's arm off.
All right, and a failure. It does not just barely. It just barely. It swings its sword over your head, and you can feel it cut just a tippy top bit of your hair off. Okay, and so next, and hopefully the final round, you all do outnumber them at this point. So if you would like to change who you're engaged with, you definitely can. I will say that looks like the one that both it looks like Thrush is the only one who has a hatred of men. The one that Thrush is engaged with has a hatred.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not
He
an
hates
incorrect
himself.
statement either, because every day Thrush just looks in the mirror like, we've fallen so far.
Can I spend the hatred of men against myself? I don't think that's wise. Could I?
I hate myself so much that
You have to-
I deny him the chance to hit me.
You have to harness your anger.
Your hatred of yourself is so great. He's like, no, Orc, you're not going to end me. I'm going to end me.
All right.
I think we've got just the right combatants.
All right. So Thrush, it is your turn.
All right, well, let's see if he can actually hit someone. Hey, there we go. What did he get on the die there? He can't. He could
Yeah,
technically do a pierce, couldn't he? Can you do a pierce on
Yeah, you can
add from
double
each
it.
die? Well, wait, what would that add for him? It would
I think
It
a
would be-
sword is plus
2.
2. Yeah, sword
Right.
is plus 2. So even if you could.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Just double heavy blow, probably.
Yeah, he'll just do the 17 points to him.
Oh.
That's
I mean, I think that's probably good enough, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
very, very quickly and nimbly, you are able to hew this orc where he stands. He falls to the ground, out of combat. All right.
Thrush is trying to get the blood out of his eyes, hoping there's nobody else fighting him.
All right. And Thrush, is there anything you would like to do with your secondary?
He is, let's see, he's not down too far that he's going to get weary yet, so there's no reason to do the song. It doesn't matter if he moves anywhere really, a battle roll and a heart roll. Yeah, none of it, he can't really do anything else. He's just going to turn around exasperated and say, we have to finish them off and get up to the yard.
All right. Larry.
Alright, I'll try to see if I can use fancy footwork.
All right.
Nope.
Not quite. You can see that this one has grown wise to your tactics.
Alright, well then I'll just spend the hope point to make it neutral.
And I've been burning through hope.
Oh, and a solid miss. Unfortunately, it seems as though this one has learned your every move. As you stab forth, it dodges out of the way, seeming lighter on its feet than normal.
Oh well, it's okay, Aranel will shoot this guy.
All right. Miragar.
Let's see. I got one guy there. I know nobody is attacking him, but I think I'm going to do athletics and protect brush.
Okay.
fair enough.
Just in case.
Ooh.
Oh,
Apparently not.
That's
rough.
a thrush roll
That's
if I ever
rough.
saw.
Yeah.
You got crushed.
Okay.
all right.
That is my turn.
All right, Aranel.
Alrighty. Great success. So
Oh,
I get
plus
a +1. 4. I was so close to a Gandalf.
Okay.
Every little bit
Apply
helps.
the damages. All right, and you can see these orcs are beginning to get fearful. As you look around, you can see the other warriors around you, the people who you brought with you, have met up with the other group, and they are pushing these orcs backwards up the stairs into the courtyard. You can see that they look to escape with the other orcs. Let's see, and so,
The thing where they gotta hit you if they want to leave, right?
correct.
You just forego the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Larry, this one hates you so much it's gonna spend its last hate
To-
on trying to get
run
away from you.
I hate you! Runs away crying.
You are the chosen one.
Gandalf rune!
Oh man.
Wow,
All
but
right.
a couple of 6s. If that had been a Gandalf, he would have been like,
Woo. All right. Well, that's that. He is locked in place at your mercy, Larry.
It's
And
probably really Aranel's mercy at this point, but
we will see. We will see if this one can get away from young Miragar.
Miragar's in defensive, so it's going to be harder for him to escape. Ironically.
Strangely enough, yeah. You see, as he squares off with you, you see he gets down and puts a lot of weight on his front foot and intends to bowl you over.
This orc is not going to try to Sparta kick my Hobbit, is he?
But to no avail, you are able to block his path, cut him off where he stands.
This makes me think of the scene from Family Guy where Stu's trying to get the money from Brian. He's like, oh, no.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
All right, and so, Thrush, it is your turn.
All right. If he can, he's going to move over here in forward stance and attack this guy.
All
One
right.
the young Hobbit just blocked.
Just
Body check him.
embarrassed.
All right, we're still at -1, right?
Correct.
All right. Right.
Oh,
Nice.
Off rune helps.
Shoo!
And this is ill-favored because of my sword.
All right. Does he have any hate left? I don't think he does. No, he does not.
he spent
That's
it
a
all
lot
on
of
a
hate.
creature he doesn't understand.
Wounded.
Wounded.
That was a good roll, though.
Oh man. All right.
But a 20 is hard to beat with the protection roll.
Yeah. All right. Is that all you want to do with your turn?
Yeah, he's just going to start, pushing people, go up the stairs while we get ready to finish this last one off.
All right. And Larry, it is your turn.
Let's see if I can get an advantage against this guy.
Huh?
All right.
Ah, jolly good.
Neutral roll. Like Aranel's going to finish this guy off.
Not quite. Not quite. This one seems particularly quick. You look at him and he is almost emaciated, thin
He's
and
anemic.
wiry. Yeah, anemic.
But it's actually working out for him.
Need some iron.
Like, I never get any of the good meat.
All right.
Yeah, get ready.
And Miragar, it is your turn.
We just have one left.
Yeah.
We'll give it a stab, I guess, since he's running away, right?
He's trying
Yep,
to.
he's trying to.
That's what he's been trying to do, yeah.
Token.
You can see the fear in his eyes.
Can they run away if they're outnumbered?
If
If they
they
hit.
successfully hit you.
That's right.
Not quite. Not quite.
Elf
You can see
maiden
he
to
is in an evasive stance. Oh, your dice is in my way.
Sorry.
No, not you. Not you.
Oh.
There we go. Okay.
Crit success gives me a +1 because I'm cool like that. All these only regular successes.
I know, it's like, hey, your result
Got
is 30.
But it's only a regular.
Sometimes it's so infuriating when you're like, I have extra dice, which is
Alright.
great, but if I don't get a 6, it doesn't always matter either.
Death by 1,000 cuts for this one, I guess.
You can see as he leaps from side to side, dodging to and fro, you are able to find your mark just barely as you see it passes just through his ear and out and sticks to the wall on the other side. However, I mean, he doesn't have any hope left, or hate left, rather. So, I mean, he's going for it. And still,
Hello.
he can't break away.
All right.
Oh, I'm going in forward as well.
Get him.
All right.
All right, Larry.
I will attempt the battle roll to see if I can at least go up +1.
That'll do it.
All right. +1.
Pierce.
I keep getting so low on the feet die.
It's a hit, though.
It is a hit.
6 more
I
damage.
told you, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
So, Larry, would you like to describe how you fell this final orc?
Probably like Aranel's arrow like blows his ear off, basically. And he's like probably clutching it, and in that second he lowers his guard. And I probably just almost take the spear like it's a small one-handed weapon and stab him through the other ear, or the one he still has left.
I like it. And he falls to the ground, writhing, because your spear went through his nervous system.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, you see that your host has begun pushing all of the other orcs up the stairs into the fort proper. Let me see here.
I think I'll cover some endurance because I am
At
not
this
in-
point, I'm going to roll some dice. Okay. And at this point, you can see up the stairs, pushing them up the stairs, you can see, you move around just to the other side of the stairs, and just at the front of this line, as they push the orcs up the stairs, is Jari, hewing away at these orcs. And you can see he fells one, fells another, and then continues pushing. He pushes one just off the stairs. It lands down on the floor motionless, and just as you look up at the top of the stairs, you see a single archer take aim at Jari. I need somebody to make me an awareness roll really quickly.
Me.
Well, that answers that.
And just to be safe, there's a hope point.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't need it, but
All right, yeah, 30. As you look upon this sight, you see Jari in all of his hatred of these orcs. But you see this archer take aim, you shout out and warn him of the incoming danger. And he is able to, he looks up and he sees it, and he is able to raise his shield just in time to block the incoming arrow.
Beautiful.
And
He
with,
successes deflects and hits another or no.
with that last bit, your last skill endeavor was successful. And so, we're going to make a battle test to see. Ooh.
ugh.
And even still, even though it seems as though you all are gaining ground on these, your forces have taken some heavy, heavy losses at this point. Let me see. Okay. And as you make your way up the stairs, you join the host proper. You can see behind you lie a number of felled Dunedain and a number of felled Breelanders behind you, as well as a few dwarves, which lie motionless on the ground. And at this point, you can tell that all of the orcs are beginning to converge on this one stairwell. You can hear the doosh, doosh, doosh of the battering ram hammering at the front gate until eventually you hear a and the sound of shards of wood sound like they're falling to the ground as the front gate shatters to pieces.
Before we get into the next thing, Thrush is going to look down at his side where he got stabbed. He's just going to then take a drink of the Miragar that he's got, which will reduce the time that takes by a day, but also give him his endurance back.
More importantly, yes.
Very good. And as you do that, you can see that the line is holding steady. There are a few combatants who are withdrawing wounded from the front line. They are pulling them back and leaning them up against the wall, attempting to tend to their wounds. You would guess that right now, if you would like, you are more than welcome to take a short rest, unless you would like to continue to press on.
Well, I would like to attend to Thrush's wounds and maybe make that less at the moment.
Okay.
I will do the short rest just to recover one hope.
Oh,
dang.
wow.
All right, the healing
Yeah,
then
no.
is a lot, I think. Place
Very nice.
there. So Gandalf with an extra 6. What is that again? first aid healing, severity of injury.
So I think it's what, like
This is
2 or 3 days
roll,
off?
This one for each. It'll be 2 days off.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
That would have been fantastic for a poison roll too.
Right. We haven't run into that yet. And we know
Exactly.
that Larry's the one who's going to get poisoned, so it's fine.
No, Larry.
And takes the Eyes of Sauron because Moss is like, I can't beat his 22, so I just gotta get my way in.
Larry and Aranel are the two that get poisoned. You two boys don't
Not
know
often.
the pain of poison.
All right. And as this is all happening, you all are resting up. You're tending to your wounds. You can tell that the line is almost at a standstill. The tone almost settles for just a brief moment, as it seems as though both hosts take a moment just to catch their breath. And with that, I think that would be a great place to end tonight's episode.
Nice.
Of course.
All right.